now finds himself at the forefront of another seismic military operation, and I'm delighted to say that Stuart joins me now. Hello, sir.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark.
Privilege
thanks for having
me. Well, listen, a privilege to have you on the show. You've served your country with distinction. What was your main criticism of the Allied withdrawal from Afghanistan?
It lacked any type of critical thought. I mean, we withdrew during the peak fighting season. Like you said, we abandoned Bagram Air Base. Out of a lack of planning, we relied on the Taliban for external security. We could have done things to prevent the attack. We had intelligence that the attack was coming. And then we conducted a drone strike that killed 7 children and 3 adults, none of them combatants. The combatant commander went on to say that he apologized and it was his fault. But I mean, through and through, there's probably not a better military historic example of failure through and through on the senior planner level.
And now we have another conflict in Ukraine. What's your assessment of how this is being handled so far by the White House?
I think the White House did actually a fair job of calling out what Putin was trying to do, his buildup of forces. He projected that the advance of NATO was the reason for the invasion. And the administration rightfully called out how he was going to falsely claim that Ukraine was going to try to invade. Ultimately, Putin's objective is a land grab. He wants to grab more territory and restore the sovereign territory of what was once the USSR. But I think Putin, through the last 2 incursions in Georgia and the Crimea area, received a quick resolution, and that's what he's used to. And right now, the longer this conflict draws out in Ukraine, the harder it's going to be for the Russians. Much easier to invade, much harder to hold, I can say from firsthand experience. And quite honestly, the Russians' tactics of the big armored columns that people see on TVs can be defeated quite easily today, and with armored reconnaissance, TB2, javelins on the ground. So I don't see this playing out well for the Russians over the long haul.
Stuart, do you think the botched